Today I have something special for you. I'm not even going to do my usual intro or pitch to like, comment, subscribe. This is something different. This is something special. This is Book of Ethereum. If you only watch one video this whole week, I strongly recommend this be the one. If you're not familiar with Book of Ethereum, and if you're not a believer, I think after what we talk about today, you might be converted. This is something I've owned for over 6 months, and if I could only hold one meme coin, there is no question it is undoubtedly Book of Ethereum. Book of Ethereum is not just your average meme coin. There is so much more to this coin that you couldn't understand in one day or even a week of research. This is something that you need to pour weeks and weeks, if not months, into to fully understand just how insane some of the links that Book of Ethereum has. In the video, I'm going to be going into some wallet links between some of the early founders of Ethereum, including Vitalik. I'm also going to be going into the wallet FBB4, the ethical whale supporter of Book of Ethereum, and some wallet ties between Wintermute and Ryoshi, the pseudonymous creator or creators of Shiba Inu. And regardless of all those links, it is such a unique meme coin, such a unique ecosystem. I really do hope I can kind of do it some justice. Let's get straight into it. Let's start off at the very beginning. So just quick look over some of their tokenomics. They have locked liquidity $855,000. They also have no buy tax, sell tax. Their tax isn't modifiable. Their contract is clean. Contract address is OX289 and ends in 40A6. Now checking on Etherscan, you can see that in essence, the Book of Ethereum was designed as a community-driven project on Ethereum to catalog all memes within the Ethereum community. So it was fair launched by the development team who took 2% for themselves, which I think is fairly fair enough. And by looking into the Book of Ethereum deploy wallet, you can see that they haven't sold any of their supply. Now that is a common theme when you're looking over the top 10 holders. They are not selling. That is something you really want to see with bullish projects. You don't want to see your biggest holders selling their bags. These are people who have belief and have conviction. So the main holder is FBB4, and we'll talk about this wallet a lot in depth in the future. So timeline for Book of Ethereum launched on the 24th of April, and in a week it went up to a market cap of around 8 million. So pretty insane to go up to a market cap of 8 million in just a week. Not a huge amount was known about it, although there were some old school wallets that were buying heavy over this time period. Then, as always, after massive pumps, the price did cool off a fair bit, and just as the price was starting to recover on the 20th of May, there was a Hope airdrop. So for everyone that was holding Book of Ethereum, they got a 10% airdrop of Hope, and that was done completely by the team. So very expensive airdrop, and that was to reward the believers. So then there were two coins, and they did get quite a bit of criticism at this point, and a lot of people were saying, you're working on one coin, why are you going to dilute it by adding another coin into the mix? Not an enormous amount happened after the 20th of May, and on the 18th of July, they did yet another airdrop. So everyone that was holding Hope and BOOE received profit. Now you can read about this on their pinned tweet on their X account, which is bookof_ETH. 24th of April, BOOE was born. 20th of May, there was the Hope airdrop, which reached around 1,200 holders. So as they say there, that really highlighted their seriousness and conviction. So this is all out of the team's pocket, and this was a very expensive airdrop. And then on the 18th of July, profit. And then finally on the 17th of October, if you held BOOE, Hope, and Profit with a value over $100, you received some BOOE Lever NFTs. So the timeline is the launch, then the Hope airdrop, then the Profit airdrop, and then an enormous amount of price growth leading up to almost Pico top, where the BOOE Lever NFTs were airdropped. So a lot of the themes in Book of Ethereum really stem from belief in the team and really a reward for the community of faithful holders. A lot of Book of Ethereum stems around that trust, that belief, that faith. Now, looking back at their pinned tweet, they then talk about their ethical whale, so FBB4, who's added an enormous amount of Ethereum to their liquidity pool. So he's been there since day one. And if you want to have a look at the holders, you can see that FBB4 is the top holder. Now, if you want to go and have a look in FBB4's wallet, now Book of Ethereum, GameStop, and Memecoin are intertwined. Now, the exact intertwining of these is largely unknown, but what's important to understand at this stage is they are linked, and FBB4, when he buys, he does not sell. Also to note, Book of Ethereum is the only project he got involved from day one, and at that stage, not much was publicly known about Book of Ethereum. So I think you've got to ask yourself, if this enormous whale worth millions and millions of dollars sees something in this project, why? What is it that they know that we don't? Now, as we'll talk about soon, this wallet does have links to Wintermute, Vitalik Buterin, and Ryoshi, the anonymous creator or creators of Shiba Inu. So ask yourself, what is more likely? That this wallet, who's hugely connected in the space, is throwing millions of dollars at a random coin that they have no insider information about? Or is it more likely they know that this is something different and something special? Ask yourself what is more likely. And for me, that answer is quite clear. FBB4 has links to Binance, Wintermute, and early Ethereum and Bitcoin investors. There's been multiple interactions with Binance, with the wallet receiving funds from Binance Labs, which is like the venture capital and incubation arm of Binance. There's also been interactions with Wintermute, with the wallet sending and receiving funds from Wintermute. And the wallet has received funds from pretty key people in the space, including Vitalik Buterin, Gavin Wood, Joseph Luden, Barry Silbert, and Mike Novogratz. So some pretty enormous names. FBB4 is a wallet who has burnt $920,000 worth of Pepe coin before. Crazy. But before we go down too many rabbit holes with links on the blockchain, let's go really into what Book of Ethereum is. Now, you'll notice a theme throughout me talking about Book of Ethereum, and that is this cult-like belief. I think to get a true belief, you really need to do some research. Dig into Book of Ethereum and follow the breadcrumbs. There is a trail out there. So as we mentioned, their contract is really clean and their liquidity is locked for 1,337 eons. Now, one of the core themes in Book of Ethereum is numbers and secret little clues that the team involved with Book of Ethereum keep dropping throughout. So one of these first little cryptic clues is 1,337. So that number, if you're not familiar, is code for leet speak. So summary of leet speak. So it's short for elite, and it kind of originated as people replacing certain numbers with letters to save time and be mildly cryptic. And a lot of developers did use leet speak. Now you can just have a quick look at Vitalik Buterin. So he's super familiar with leet speak, and you can see his post a year ago. I feel sad that everyone's forgotten 1337 as a meme number. Like, so much attention given to 420 and 69. 1337 must be feeling lonely. So 1337, leet speak, Vitalik being familiar and sentimental with that. Just one little clue and a piece of a very large puzzle. Now, if you look at the BOOE NFTs and you sort from most expensive to least expensive, you can see that two of them are listed for 1,337 ETH leet. And if you want to have a look at the wallets, you can see that these wallets bought day one and are likely on the team. And as we discussed, there are no fees. Their liquidity is locked for 1,337 years. There's 100 million BOOE tokens. And as we looked at before, there's been a lot of audits and the contract is quite clean. So reading the first page, the Book of Ethereum is a sacred manuscript, a celestial archive that chronicles the journeys of the blockchain's most revered assets. Within its pages, you'll uncover the essence of digital sovereignty, the prophecy of decentralized finance, and the eternal wisdom woven into its Ethereum ecosystem. This tome, protected by the guardians of the blockchain, serves as the bridge between worlds, where ancient myths meet modern code, and where the wisdom of the past converges with the potential of the future. Let these pages be your guide as you explore the sacred economics and ethereal purpose that drive this realm forward. Alrighty, so you can then scroll through. There are 17 different pages, and they go from talking about the origins of the internet to the rise of memes, and how memes kind of carried messages that resonated with a broader global audience, and how Ethereum, like a cosmic forge, gave birth to a new breed of digital assets, meme coins. It then goes on to mention the evolution of meme coins and talks about Pepe coin and Grok. Now, there's also a heavy focus on Pepe. It talks about how Pepe coin was inspired by Pepe the Frog, and how Pepe coin was kind of that global internet meme, and also to the Ethereum community, kind of how important the Pepe meme was. Now, you can see this quite a lot. Vitalik quite often wears Pepe clothes and quite often tweets about Pepe. So acknowledged by the creator of Ethereum, so Vitalik Buterin. So there's an undeniable deep connection with those old frog lore memes that kind of all grew from and originated with Pepe. It then ties in links with AI and Elon Musk and talks about the revolutionary nature of meme coins and value creation, with the concepts of value not just being based on utility and scarcity, but also really having the community as that utility, the value being placed on community strength and community belief. Now, this community belief is a strong theme throughout all of Book of Ethereum, and how memes that appear to global audiences that transcend borders really kind of can foster and grow community, giving people a sense of purpose and belonging. It then talks about how meme coins are in this grey regulatory space and how working to overcome this is vital, with also the potential benefits that meme coins can bring onto society. And it discusses how meme coins have the potential though to kind of bring communities together, and how they offer a new way for individuals to engage with and support causes that they actually genuinely care about. And in the final few pages, it talks about the influence of meme coins on the future of crypto and the role of humor and community in the crypto space, as well as their potential role in the metaverse if that does continue to evolve. The last page states that meme coins have the potential to serve as decentralized currencies in the near future, offering a new way for individuals to engage in peer-to-peer transactions and store value in a digital world increasingly dominated by cryptocurrencies. So that's a quick look over the Holy Book. Now, for me, the Holy Book depicts a lot of what Book of Ethereum is about. It's about using meme coins to foster community and create value through a shared belief in something. The Holy Book demonstrates the true creation of value that can be achieved on the Ethereum blockchain when communities come together. This is one of the reasons why I'm so damn bullish on Book of Ethereum and this whole idea that being a community and working together, that we're all going to make it. wag me. So that is the holy book. You can have a look at the ethereal purpose as well and the 10 commandments of BOOE. Thou shalt not cheat. Thou shalt not say where is the dev. Thou shalt not buy Bitcoin. Thou shalt pump BOOE. Thou shalt create memes for the holy BOOE community. Thou shalt accumulate BOOE into 1 billion market cap. Thou shalt not pump another Memecoin. Thou shalt always have faith in BOOE. Thou shalt always be active in the BOOE community 24/7, and thou shalt always be loyal to ETH. Now, in Book of Ethereum, there's such a combination of humor, having a laugh, but also belief, faith, and almost like this religious element. We can then look at the Trinity of Faith, and this shows how the Prophet of Ethereum token, Prophet, and History of Pepe token, Hope, how they tie into Book of Ethereum. With all of these three coins forming a greater ecosystem, embrace the journey of hope, trust the vision of Prophet, and fortify your spirit with BOOE. So that's just a little bit of a look at their site. This is the easy to access information, although BOOE itself is definitely so much deeper. So let's have a look at some of the pretty wild links the Book of Ethereum has. We can then have a look at Council of the Chosen, which goes and talks about the team and who's behind Book of Ethereum. So we've got Sheba Prophet, who's the CMO or Chief Marketing Officer. There's Lord NPC, Anonymous, and Saint Vitalik, who is the dev. Now, who these people are is largely unknown. However, there are definitely some links that really give us some pretty good clues to figure out just who these people might actually be, and whether or not this is actually Vitalik masquerading, hiding in plain sight. If you also want to have a look at this tweet, it goes in to talk about link between Shiba Prophet and Ryoshi Research, which is the developer or developers of Shiba Inu. Now, this link was found through a Wintermute test wallet that's only been interacted with by a handful of people, and that same test wallet's also been interacted with by Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, and James Fickle. And if that's not enough, last week, one of the co-founders of Ethereum started following and interacting with BOOE. And to make it more significant, it's the only meme coin that he's ever followed and interacted with. So that is Ethereum Joseph, or Joseph Lubin. Not only was he one of the co-founders of Ethereum, but he was the founder of Consensus. And if you're not familiar, Consensus was the company that founded MetaMask. So at the very least, it's pretty interesting that the only meme coin that Joseph Lubin follows is Book of Ethereum. And it's also pretty interesting that not only has he followed them, but he has liked some of the posts that they've made. And I'll play another little clip, and although this is a bit of a tenuous link, just listen to the wording from Vitalik.
Why you two parted ways?
I kind of want to let the various books about Ethereum speak for themselves. But
now, although that's a lot of speculation, there are definitely some links and some more we'll go into in the future, hinting that maybe Vitalik might be involved in the project. Now, I'm not saying he is involved, but I do think it's highly likely that if Vitalik isn't involved, that he is aware of who the people are that are working on it, as at that high level, having wallet interactions, sending back and forwards from wallets that are involved likely means that he knows and trusts the people or entities who own those wallets. Now, Shiba Prophet. So who is Shiba Prophet? Well, Shiba Prophet is the first person to appear in their Telegram. Shiba Prophet is the creator, and if you look at their site, you can see that he's the CMO of Book of Ethereum. We do have a pretty good idea of one of Shiba Prophet's wallets. Crypto Hustler was kind of their day one, and he is one of their most revered believers. So you can see that Shiba Prophet even gives him a bit of a shout out and supports a project that Crypto Hustler took over, which was Andyman, and Shiba Prophet wanted to give them a bit of a shout out and a bit of help. Now, you can track this wallet, which one of the BOOE community members, Tarzan, shout out to you, mate, absolute legend, and has done so much research on this one. So made some wallet links and can kind of figure out that this wallet looks like it is connected to Shiba Prophet. And Tarzan's done so much wallet tracking, so you can see all of the different FBB4 side wallets that he has looked into, and he has given some trace proof down here. And going back to this tweet, looking at that connection between the wallets, we can see that there is a link between Shiba Prophet, who runs BOOE, and Ryoshi Research, which is the dev or developers of Shiba Inu. So the fact that there are links between Shiba Inu and Book of Ethereum, or at least there are wallet connections, is insane. So these wallets are highly connected. And when you look at Book of Ethereum, it kind of makes you wonder. There are so many different things that are connected. If we want to have a look at one of the chats that Shiba Prophet sent in Book of Ethereum Telegram, he names all the different BOOE Lever NFTs. We understand the connection between Pepe Coin and Old Frog Law, Doge and Shiba Inu. Why are they there? The creator is called Shiba Prophet. Kind of makes you think, are they once again masquerading in plain sight? Is the developer of Shiba Inu in some way related to Book of Ethereum? And I think that even if they're not the same person running them, I think there's a good chance that they know each other. And I think there's a good chance that Ryoshi, who created Shiba Inu, is at least aware of who created Book of Ethereum. Now the other name in there, Delorio, so he's another one of the co-founders of Ethereum. So we've got Vitalik, Delorio, another creator of Ethereum. Then we have Profit, MPC, and Shiba Inu. So we've got Vitalik and Delorio, two creators of Ethereum. Now there's been even further speculation since Joseph Lubin liked one of Book of Ethereum's posts that maybe Joseph Lubin could be involved as well. Now, how does he tie into all this? Well, so we have the Delorio NFT, which kind of looks like Anthony Delorio. We have the Vitalik NFT, which loosely looks like Vitalik Buterin. And then the NPC NFT, which looks like an NPC or non-playable character. But some people in the BOOE community believe that NPC could be based off Joseph Lubin. Now, if that is the case, that would be him having a little bit of a laugh at himself. Is the team behind Book of Ethereum some of the same names that were behind Ethereum? Now we know that Vitalik was early on in Shiba Inu, and we know that there are links between the developer of Shiba Inu, Vitalik Buterin, FBB4, and Wintermute. So we know there are some pretty huge links. I guess you've got to ask yourself, what do you believe? And also, if all of the above information was not enough to get you super bullish on BOOE, well, Crypto God John, one of the biggest KOLs in the space, has just posted, all you need to do is believe. So he has entered Book of Ethereum, and if you're tracking his wallet like a lot of people are, you can see that he just had two buys for Book of Ethereum about a day ago. One for $69,000 and one for $37,000. So fairly decent sized buys there for Crypto God John. Now going into some more tenuous links that could still be pieces of the puzzle, you've got to ask yourself, how many times is something purely a coincidence? So a lot of you might be familiar with this video here. Now it's by S1SYPHUS. Now what is that? Well, that's leet speak for Sisyphus. Also, their profile picture is a frog, and their only videos are about FBB4, Book of Ethereum, GME, and Memecoin. Now, that combination comes up a lot. If you want to have a look at FBB4's wallet, you can see that quite often in groups of three, he buys Book of Ethereum, Memecoin, and GME. It's also interesting to note the numbers that he buys, 2.22. So 3 lots of 2.22 equals 6.66. 666 is the number of the beast. It's also found in the Book of Revelation. I guess you've got to ask yourself, what do you believe? Now, if we want to Google Sisyphus, so Sisyphus was the founder and the king of Ethereum. And you might be familiar with this image of Sisyphus rolling a boulder up a hill. He was condemned in the underworld to roll a rock endlessly up a hill. Sisyphus could never finish the task, as whenever he got right back up to the top, the rock would roll all the way back down again. The link here, although tenuous, is the leet speak used, Sisyphus being the founder and king. So potential other ties there. At the end of the day, much like Book of Ethereum itself, all of this stems down to what you truly believe. Book of Ethereum isn't something that you can just pick up and understand in the space of a few hours. The team behind Book of Ethereum have been leaving a trail of breadcrumbs throughout the entirety of the project. Who is Shiba Prophet? Who is Lord NPC? Who is Saint Vitalik? Are they masquerading in plain sight? Are they just well-connected, wealthy people? How do they have enough money to throw millions of dollars at a project? Now, the community has offered to help give finances to support the project, and the creators have pretty much said that they've got unlimited money. They don't need any financial help. They're doing this for the people. I guess you have to ask yourself, are you a believer? Cheers, legends. That's going to wrap it up for today. I appreciate you watching to the end. If you got any value at all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, I've got a Discord, 100% free to join. I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one.